State football champions. Dan Pearson offers a look at the perfect season of the Bettendorf Bulldogs.
The best feeling in the world. I've never felt anything like it. It's great.
You can't explain it. It's something you just dream and dream of, and finally happens. It's just unbelievable.
This is what we wanted from the beginning, and we got it, and it feels great. It wasn't pretty, but we got it.
I just can't think of anything else I'd rather be than right out here getting that gold medal in first place. We're all real happy about this. And it's great for our town, great for our school, and great for our football team.
Heavenly Father, we just thank you so much for this time that we're together here. Lord, we just praise you so much for the way you've cared for us all year long. Lord, you just brought us through a real tough one, and we just love you so much for it. We are children, we're just your children, and we just try our very best to live for you every day. Thank you so much, dear Lord. Amen.
Pass complete. Jim Cook. Just behind the line of scrimmage. He's in. Bettendorf winning 40-15.
Number 72, Eric Carlson. River Kings 0. Number 41, it's away. by Greg Brown for a Bulldog touchdown. total of 35.
Wore neck clauses, put them in a rap, and that's how I got started. Now that you know how my rhyme is produced, I'll grab a microphone and cold get loose, dropping bass on Buffy, throwing a scratch on ice. I'm the reason Salt and Pepper's mic sounds nice. This ain't welcome back Carter or back to school. It's Paul Quick's kingdom, and you know that I'll rule. I'll power slam Hogan, and I won.
Wait, no. Hey, first time on film, ready? And the last. Randy's got it. Cover the punt. The punt. Okay. 1001, 1002. Get down there. Wall, will you stand? Will you stand? Do a hop. Hey. Judge! What are you doing? Give me another tackle. Who's my center? What are you supposed to be doing? Sit up down.
Well, where have you been?
Where have you been? Give me up, Jones. Cut him.
On behalf of the football coaching staff, we would like to thank you for your entire support in the whole season. It's been super. We ask you to keep the fire lit tonight and as we prepare for the playoffs next Wednesday night.
His sleeves won't roll away, man. Get the other one down.
Is he retarded or what? Where's my football? Randy, where's the end? Where's the end? Donnelly! Suck hard!
It would take Greg's blocking here. Huh? Greg's blocking. Randy, why can't we score?
Well, you know, we could have went to state. A couple years ago, you know. But our tackle, you know, he was on the sideline. We're supposed to do extra points. Why are we going to state? Well, you know, being number 3 in state, you know, it's... you know, it's like rocks in a can. La Bamba! Arriba! Hey, Reggie, let's go over to Hy-Vee, you know, I have a chicken dinner. They got some good stuff over there.
How are your dogs? Breakfast. Huh? Didn't you hear that one? While we were...
What's that other one?
Oh, yeah. Wall.
Some, you know, other teams, you know, they would always snap the ball on one. You know, they got 1, 2, 3, or 4. Sometimes I'm ready. I mean, because, you know, you lay down there and it's just, hut.
Fifth, and you got a first place vote.
Yeah, well, they really don't mean much at this time. It's like rocks in a can, you know. The ratings go up and down and change every week. Ratings don't really mean too much right at this point.
Rocks in a can. All right, that's true, especially on the eve of the Bulldogs' important contest against Central tomorrow night.
Do an interception.
Make it! Slap your head up your ass.
Sprints the ball.
Sprint!
We'd like to thank all of you. We'd like to thank Mr. Green and the band. We'd like to thank all the cheerleaders. We'd like to thank the Gold Dusters. And we'd like to thank all of you fans who have supported us all year. We have met with some success this year, and a lot of it is due to the support that we've had. And we hope tomorrow night you'll grab someone else who doesn't usually attend and bring them along. In fact, come out in droves and watch us beat West. I'd like to introduce the West of our own, one of our captains, Brian West, and Clint Watkins, who will talk to you for just a minute.
We got a great team this year.
I'd just like to say that everyone should be there when we fill the stands. It'll be a good game. But
On behalf of the football team, I'd like to express our thanks to the mayor, president of the school board, the superintendent of school administration, and all our fans for their loyal support. You know, tomorrow night we have a chance of being undisputed champions of the MAC conference, and so we're really looking forward to that. So come on out and watch us pluck the Falcons.
Come on, Greg! All right, Andy! All right! Oh, come on!
Jeff Acey shaking up on that last play.
Rocks will rise to the top.
The big ones.
The big one.
Scientific principle.
Right. Anybody knows that.
Anybody that studies rocks
Right.
inside of a tin can.
Good luck to the football players tomorrow night, and I hope everyone comes to the game and watches us win.
Thank you.
first of all, I'd like to thank the Chingones. I'd like to see everybody come out to the game tomorrow. And support the team. Look at it. Look at it.
reminder, we can now announce that the Bulldogs will.
That long-awaited battle between Bettendorf and Davenport West finally arrived tonight, serving as a possible playoff preview, but those second-ranked Bulldogs scooped up all the marbles in this one. The conference crown, a perfect regular campaign, and an automatic bid to the 4A tourney. Merv Habenik didn't keep his Bulldogs leashed for long. Bettendorf bulldozed right down the field on its opening drive. Clint Watkins there dives the final yard for a 7-0 lead. Augie Gutierrez adds the PAT. Then a nice pass from Sean Scott sets up the Bulldogs again. Greg touchdown Brown capped it with a 1-yard drive, 13-0. Then Bettendorf fumble gave West a little life there in the second quarter. Mike Clifton clips it in 13 yards, putting the Falcons back into it for a while, 13-7. But coming up, a nice swing pass to Watkins will set up an Augie Gutierrez field goal, made it 16-7 at halftime, and then the Bulldogs just poured it on after that. Some big punt returns by Brown and Lavelle Banks made it 43-7 the final. Bettendorf now 7-0 and a happy crowd at Tuval Stadium tonight. A perfect night for football and a perfect ending, Dan Pearson, and I would imagine there's some happy Bulldog coaches and fans out there with you live from Tuval.
Absolutely. How about them Dogs anyway? They are 8-0 and the regular season is over. With me is a very happy Merv Habenik, the head coach, and if we could swing around and talk to Coach, this was for the conference championship. Did you expect anything like this? The scoreboard reads 43-7.
Well, I thought our offense and defense especially all came together as a team and just played a super ball game. And when you blow a team out like West, we're really happy. It gives us a little momentum going into the playoffs.
Not much time to celebrate. The next Wednesday comes awful quick.
No, we'll be playing Wednesdays in the first round of the playoffs, but I think we got some momentum here tonight.
How much of a boost is it for guys, high school kids going into the playoffs? There's so many games coming up for the next couple weeks, you hope anyway.
Well, our kids are pretty excited, and we're going to do the best we can, and we'll represent Bettendorf very well.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach, and congratulations. We'll throw it back to Tom in the studio.
Thank you, Dan, and Merv is happy, believe it or not. I can guarantee. Play Pleasant Valley at Tuval Stadium, 7:30. As fate would have it, these two teams were supposed to face each other anyway in the regular season finale, so now they'll just put everything on the line come Wednesday.
We've been wanting to play PV for a long time, years, and they've been wanting to play us. And I think it'd be a good game even if it wasn't to stay in the playoffs.
Ever since the schedule came out, we were looking forward to play Bettendorf. And then towards the middle of the season, it looked like maybe we wouldn't get to play them, but we're always confident that we could make the playoffs and we'd get a chance to play them maybe in the first, maybe the second round. And now that we have a chance to play them, the excitement's building and we're getting ready for Wednesday night.
Gentlemen, here come the Bulldogs!
Greg Brown, right up at number 86, Sean Terrell. Come on, Greg.
smoke cleared, the unbeaten Bulldogs had put the bite on the upstart Spartans to advance to the quarterfinals. Let's truck out to Tuval Stadium, where lightning struck quickly. After pouncing on a Bulldog bobble, PV found pay dirt. Andy Green guns a 17-yard strike to Jeff Lindmark, and Mike Strobey's PAT made it 7-0 for the surprising Spartans. But the Bulldogs returned the favor. They picked off a pass, marched downfield. Greg Brown bangs in the final yard. Augie Gutierrez kick ties it at 7. Bettendorf opens the second quarter with a little lightning bolt of its own. Brown, touchdown Brown, you might call him, 65-yard down the sideline for the score, putting the Dogs on top to stay 14-7. Gutierrez upped it to 17-7 at halftime with a 27-yard field goal. Then that ferocious Bulldog defense kept the Spartans in check the rest of the way, setting up a third Brown touchdown, 24-7. And here the coup de grace. Green fumbles. Greg Folks gets a lineman's dream, 84 yards the other way, 38-13 the final. And it was a happy bunch of Bulldogs who basked in the after-game glow of tonight.
Just fast enough. He was moving.
Well, I think we're gathering momentum going into the playoffs. And, you know, we had a shaky first half, and then the guys just settled down, come out and put it together second half. We really don't personalize the game. We just, wherever we play, we do our very best. And whether it's Pleasant Valley or wherever it is, we don't pick on anyone. We just do the best we can.
Great, and it makes me feel good, it makes my teammates feel good. I just like to do it for them and me and the fans here.
Feel like you guys are playing the best football of the year, peaking at the right time?
Oh yeah, playing great.
We're a good team. We've always known it, but we're not playing up to our potential yet. We got a long ways to go. Well, I wouldn't say a long ways, but we can be a lot better.
Are you definitely playing the best of the year, though? Best football of the year?
Yeah, we're building up for that last game of the season in Cedar Falls.
I mean, my family's coming Saturday, you know? Oh, we gotta go play Saturday because they're all playing in the company.
nip and tuck over it.
Pretty good game.
Yeah, I'll say.
Considering 2 weeks ago it was kind of one-sided. Not tonight. They used to call Bettendorf Iowa's most exciting city, and they may have to drag out that old slogan again because their unbeaten Bulldogs are sniffing a state football title after caging the feisty Falcons from West tonight in a hard-hitting, hard-fought quarterfinal contest. Let's beam out to Brady Stadium where the bruised and battered turf did not affect the footing early of junior speedster Greg Brown, who bolts the final 30 yards on Bettendorf's opening drive, and Augie Gutierrez's boot made it a quick 7-0 Bettendorf. After the dog defense snuffed out the opening Falcon drive, the other half of Bettendorf's 1-2 running punch, Clint Watkins rumbles 30 yards up the middle. He finds pay dirt, and it's 13-0 Dogs. West finally got its act together and found the scoreboard on a 17-yard TD toss from Marty Follis to Troy Lane. That made it 13-7 at halftime, and we had ourselves a football game. The two teams slugged it out for a quarter and a half before the Bulldogs scored again on a 2-yard plunge by Watkins, upping the margin to 19-7. Falcons fought back and closed within 5 on a Follis to Sean Pridemore scoring strike, but it ended 19-14, moving Bettendorf into Saturday's semifinals on a definite upbeat note.
Well, I think anytime you get into the playoffs, like we just said, that every kid on the field is going to give 100%. And West just played their hearts out, and our kids played their hearts out, and that's why these playoffs are great. We get a great effort out here.
West gave us a really good game. You really got to give them credit. They stuck in there, and it was all the way down to the wire.
Most intense game of the year for you guys?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, people were scared out there, but we hung on and we came through.
First quarter, when we started out good, we just went dead afterwards, and we thought we'd have it all, but guess not. So we learned that we got to play hard all the way through.
So where the Dogs go now? Well, they'll find out officially from the IHSSA in about a few minutes. At 10:30, they'll announce the pairings. They won't know where until then, but we do understand it will be somewhere in the Quad City area on Saturday afternoon. We do know who they'll play. It'll be Dubuque-Wahlert after the Golden Eagles outlasted Cedar Rapids-Washington in double overtime, 20-17 tonight. Other 4A affairs, Cedar Falls knocks off Newton, West Des Moines Dowling down Sioux City.
Days ago, Davenport West met Bettendorf on regular season turf, where the Falcons had their pride chewed up in a 43-7 Bulldog growl. So tonight, Roger Harrington's crew knew they had their playoff work cut out, especially when Bettendorf picked up right where they left off in that last meeting, taking their first possession right through the Falcon defense and getting 6 on the board when Greg Brown cut through a hole on the left side and raced 30 yards to put the Dogs on top. After West went 3 downs and punted on their first try, Clint Watkins gave the Falcons a here-we-go-again nightmare as he took it right up the middle, 31 yards for the touchdown. West was looking at a 13-point deficit, but in the second period, the Falcons made Bettendorf pay for a turnover when Marty Follis and Troy Lane hooked up to convert on a 3rd and long that set up a touchdown to make it 13-7 at the hotly contested half. In the third quarter, neither team could get much going until Brian West picked off a pressured Follis pass to put Bettendorf in business at the Falcon 19, and moments later, on a 4th down and 2, it was Mr. Watkins rambling for the first down and more, getting inside the 2-yard line, and the Bulldogs punched it in from there as they advanced to the state semifinals this Saturday. 19-14, the final.
Played physical. It was a good game for us to cut our teeth on to go into the next round. We had to bust our fannies to win this ball game.
The Dogs drive up to Dubuque Saturday for a 1:30 showdown with Wahlert, with the winner earning a ticket to the title shot at the...
We're just going to stick with the ground game and use the Brown and Watkins in the backfield to the most of our advantage. It's going to be a tough game, that's for sure, but I think that we'll be up on top.
They got 2 real good linebackers, and they like to protect, and they try to take up the whole offensive line with their defensive line. They don't want anyone blocking their linebackers, and that's going to be the key. If we can block their linebackers, we'll do okay. We're the conference champions of our league. They're the conference champions.
The favorite to take it all. The Dogs say the Wahlert Scouts should take more than Bettendorf's football team into consideration, even on the road.
If you looked over at Brady Street last night, the last time we played, we had about twice as many fans as West did. And the school's really getting behind us now. The whole community's getting behind us now. We're going farther in the playoffs, so we have real good fan support up there.
Fires,
No cargo bands on it.
Dryer.
You can open it at the handle.
They're shooting people in the bus.
away from being the talk of the state of Iowa. The Bulldogs have advanced to the 4A state title game with a 35-14 pasting of Dubuque-Wahlert in the semifinals. But one half of football ends in a 14-14 tie. Second half, though, Bettendorf's Clint Watkins breaks free. 29-yard TD run for the human bowling ball. 21-14 Bulldogs. Later, fourth quarter, Watkins is all arms and legs on this run. An 8-yard pickup down to the Wahlert 1-yard line where Watkins later took it in. 28-14 Bulldogs. Later in the quarter, Bettendorf's Sean Great Scott comes through to Levance Banks, who takes it all the way, cuts across the field 16 yards for the touchdown. He tells everybody who is number one, and I believe it. Bettendorf wins 35-14. They will play the winner of the West Des Moines Dowling Cedar Falls game, which is in the Unidome tonight.
Bettendorf against Dubuque-Wahlert, opening kickoff, and you guessed it, Joe Welp follows his wedge, gets by the defense, and goes 84 yards for a touchdown right there as Wahlert on the very first play of the game scores. Then the quarterback keeper, that made it 14-0, but that is all Dubuque would get on the afternoon because Sean Scott rallies the troops on a rollout here. Greg Brown is wide open for a touchdown. And you'll see Scott to Levance Banks. He makes a nice reception in the end zone. Bettendorf, by the way, will play West Des Moines Dowling for the championship. Scott to Banks again, and Bettendorf wins it 35-14.
State football title. It's Bettendorf against West Des Moines Dowling Friday night at the Unidome, and the excitement of playing for a state championship is quite evident at the doghouse.
Like, everybody's excited, and doesn't seem like there's much nervous. Everybody's just going about their job, getting ready to play. But everybody's really excited. Feels great. We're going to have a lot of fun up there, and hopefully we'll play well and come away with a win.
It feels great. It feels really good. I mean, it's right now I'm still hard to believe that we're actually there. I'm sure it'll hit me real soon when we actually walk in the dome.
You can tell the coaches they love this. They're telling us what the dome is like and how loud it is and what the championship game is like. So we'll pretty much know what to expect when we get there.
The Bettendorf Bulldogs are on the verge of taking another as they prepare for Friday night's showdown in the Unidome with 10-1 West Des Moines Dowling. And if the Dogs do get it done, their undefeated season will have stemmed in no small part from those huge holes opening up in the trenches.
We think we have probably the best offensive line we've ever had here. They're doing a real great job.
Would you expect that Dowling to put a lot of guys on the line of scrimmage? It seems like the last few games, a lot of teams have been concentrating on stopping your running game, putting a lot of guys up near there. What kind of team do you see in them?
Well, I think if they put a lot of guys in line of scrimmage, that they'll have to deal with our passing game. And I'm sure that they'll have to balance up to stop both run and pass.
I'm pretty confident that we'll come out and play hard. It's really going to be an experience. Everybody's been saying that this is going to be a team that go to state and win it since 7th grade, 6th grade, and I'm hoping we can do it. It's going to be a big one.
Dowling has been in the championship game 5 times and never won. One of the reasons for the Bulldogs' success, and it's an important one, is a closeness on and off the field.
Yeah, we've improved a lot. We come together a lot. The guys on the team are really close, and everybody does a lot together, and everybody's found out what everybody else does, and we just do things well together on the field and off.
Right now, we're all more mentally into the game. At the beginning of the season, we wasn't really that fired up for the games. It was, we're just not. At the beginning of the season, we weren't all hooked together, as in like a chain link. And now we're all just one group.
It's something we've all dreamed of since, middle school, since we started football, and it's kind of amazing that we're here. It's just something, seems like we have a lot farther to go.
Beaten Bulldogs of Merv Habeneck tackle West Des Moines Dowling 10-1 at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. That'll be at 7:30. The well-balanced Bettendorfers have impressively handled every playoff assignment so far, but there's no danger of overconfidence, especially at this point.
They have a real good nose guard, quick. Their linebackers are good and quick. I think they're a better defensive team than Dubuque. They've gotten to this far.
I think we've played some pretty good teams so far, and we'll be prepared for people that are in good shape and are ready to play. They look like a pretty good team on film, and they're not at the state championships just because they got a ticket. They're there because they won.
And we'll check out just who these Dowling Maroon guys are.
Des Moines Dowling will be just a locker room away, listening to Maroon coach Don Morrow's final defensive recital.
I think we got to keep containment on Brown. We can't let him get to the outside. I've seen him break 4 or 5 touchdowns in the few films I've seen, and he's got great speed. He gets to the outside, it's all over. We got to take him away, and then we got to work on Watkins, make sure he just doesn't chew up the clock with his short runs all night.
While the Bulldogs have ran off with 11 straight encounters, Dowling comes in with 1 loss and an offensive attack that has taken on a new dimension during the playoffs.
Well, at the beginning of the year, we won our games running the ball, and we didn't see the need to change, and it worked well for us. But now that we face the better competition, they've learned to adapt to our running game, which opened up our passing game. And so far, the two have been benefiting each other, and they've gone real well.
And Tom Cornell is here
Dogs going to do it in the Dome.
Oh, yeah?
Mark my words, I think so. Tomorrow night's the night. The unbeaten Bettendorf Bulldogs will be out to cap a perfect campaign with an Iowa 4A state championship, but it'll take a victory over a tough West Des Moines Dowling outfit. Kickoff set for 7:30 at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. For Bulldog fans asking, hey, who are these Dowling guys? Well, the Maroons sport a tidy 10-1 mark. They've got a game in the Dome under their belt last week. And they've got fine running backs, great receivers, and an outstanding quarterback. They've also got a jinx of 5 title appearances, but they've yet to grab the brass ring.
It's the 5th trip for Dowling, but it's not the 5th trip for these young men that are playing this year. It's their first time, and last time we played in the playoffs, these kids were in the 2nd grade. So all they're thinking about is this is now. What was past, and we're going to go after them.
A tough team. We're the 2 best teams in the state, so we're going to come out running the ball, and hopefully it'll open up our passing game, and if things go well with us, we'll bring the trophy home to Dowling.
Well, maybe next year, Bobby. The Bulldogs will get the send-off at noon tomorrow at the high school, and win or lose, Merv Hobenick and his Hounds will be honored Tuesday night in the Doghouse Gym.
Are they downstairs?
Yeah, they're all downstairs. No, you guys are the only ones here.
Okay, that'd be fine.
How are you?
Fine.
That's my spot over there.
They didn't get there by buying a ticket.
They didn't get there by buying a ticket, you know. God.
Show it, let's watch it.
Who's sitting there? Start her up. Where's the next one? No, something else. He was on the board.
Quiet, quiet.
Turn it up. Stop.
They look like they did film, and they're not at the state championships just because they got a ticket.
Good words. We have another Mr. Howard.
You've been hanging around Mr. Howard for 2 years.
Still better than mine, Eric. Eric. What? Better than mine, though. Still better than mine.
I could have said something real controversial or something.
Merv? Why is Merv? It's Don Morrow.
Watkins. It looks like Merv.
Look, they're going to try to stop you, Watkins. You said they're going to try to stop Brown, and then they got to worry about you. Watkins trying to stop you.
Short runs.
As many of you are aware, we had 1,500 tickets sent to us from the state this week, and every one of them was sold. I think that demonstrates very clearly how we feel about our football team and how we feel, period, and that is that we got scared of the best football team in Iowa. Somebody told me Des Moines never heard of Bettendorf, but after tonight they'll know who we are. what's going to happen tonight. Brad Schoenfelder. Clint Watkins. Steve McCall. And Brian Ross.
You guys have been great out here so far. See you at group night when we kick some butt in the dome.
I just hope everything comes up to the dome tonight because just destroy Dollar. That's it.
We're just gonna pour these guys a wood.
Have a safe trip and cheer loud. Secondly, I want to congratulate our girls cross country team who did exactly what the football team is going to do tonight. And that is, they ended up state champions.
Amy, you mean?
Yeah, that's Kathleen.
Get her legs.
Hi.
Hi.
Get her legs.
Wait, who's this?
She's Schwaniger.
You're so... Okay.
Dave.
Well, you guys look as bad as Rich. That's pretty bad.
Together.
It's all his fault, Big Kelly right? in there with them.
Rich.
Kelly! Kelly, get next to me.
You guys stand together.
We have shoes on our shoes.
His shoes.
Cowboy. Who else has got
Okay.
shoes there?
Who else has shoes?
Pastor. Come here.
Oh. Your shoes.
Where's that? Got shoes.
Like over there? Where's
Okay.
But.
Ed. Get your shoes over here.
More shoes. Hey.
You guys all the same shoes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no! I thought I had.
Center behind center.
Speaking of those, there's Wolverton.
The human volleyball.
Get our shoes. Shoes.
Wait,
Get our shoes. There you go. Your shoes aren't the same. Get out of there.
Hey, wait. What about mine?
Whoa.
3, 2, 1. Action.
Look at that. Oh, yes. More. What's
Some
your
cheese, Jeff.
That's the face you had at the steak. If it doesn't, it's just gonna be screwed. No, there you go. Don't do that to me. Follow me. Is that Sean Scott? There he is. Right there he is. Good pictures, man. He wasn't here like Zimmerman. Let me get that in focus here.
You didn't get mine last time.
There he is. I used to have my camera
2 years ago.
Well, no, same shit.
So my
Zimmerman, come over here. The one that could only defeat my dreams tonight.
I don't want that.
sorry, you know.
I hear they're interviewing. Right?
Not every Bettendorf lineman can do that. Lynn Thompson, lineman extraordinaire. And Kevin Foster.
Bend over, get a shot in the center from behind.
Jared, we need Jared. He's not here.
Hi, Jim!
Each year, the Iowa High School Athletic Association and the Iowa Football Association honor new members in the Football Players Hall of Fame. This is quite an elite group, and we have two inductees in 1987 we'd like to introduce you to at this time. Our next honoree can't be with us
Well, the dogs done us proud.
They did.
Yeah.
It was kind of a
Never over
squeaker.
till it's over, and this one almost didn't get over.
It didn't get over. It almost had to go into overtime. So let's talk about the game. Defense wins football games. The same holds true in a state championship game. The Bulldogs nipping West Des Moines Dowling 7-6 for the 4A state title. The defense wasn't resting at all in the first half. Mike Wolverton gets to Bob Cataldo on 4th down to stop a Dowling drive inside the Bulldog 40. First half turnovers haunted the Bulldogs on this Friday the 13th. Here, Greg Brown is stripped of the ball. Tom Allen recovers for the Maroons on the Bettendorf 30-yard line. That same drive is stopped in the second quarter, in part to gang tackling like this one by the Bettendorf defense. Later in the second quarter, again, a Bettendorf turnover is costly. Sean Scott hits Dan Solis, but he's absolutely hammered, fumbling the ball away to Dowling. And again, the Bulldog defense responds, stopping the Dowling drive inside the Bettendorf 15. This time, Adam Berger and leveling Cataldo on this. The unbeaten Bulldogs claimed the 4A state title with a 7-6 squeaker over West Des Moines Dowling. Last night we showed you the great defense by Bettendorf. Tonight the second half scoring. Midway into the third quarter, the Bulldogs cap a 64-yard drive with a 1-yard touchdown run by Clint Watkins. Augie Gutierrez added a big extra point for a 7-0 Bettendorf lead.
All I did was punch it in from the 1. You know, I mean, the whole team got it down there. Wasn't any big plays, just a drive. And it's just a great team effort.
Then with 1:54 to go in the game, Dowling strikes back. Bob Cataldo throws 36 yards to Marcus Bumpus, who makes a great touchdown catch to make it 7-6 Bettendorf. The Maroons go for the win, shooting for a 2-point conversion. The Bulldog defense stands tall. Cataldo throws for the corner of the end zone, denied when Scott Franks bats it away to preserve the Bulldog lead.
I knew that they were going to run some kind of pattern like that because we were talking about it in practice. But when he started to cut back in, I wasn't sure if he's going to go in or out, and he went out. So, I don't know.
So he saved the day. A few shaky moments at the end, but the Bettendorf defense again comes through to stop a potential winning drive. Bettendorf wins 7-6. The Bulldogs are number 1.
I just can't think of anything else I'd rather be than right out here getting that gold medal in first place. We're all real happy about this. And it's great for our town, great for our school, and great for our football team.
With a 7-6 win over Dowling last night, in 3 words or less, what's it like to be a state champ?
It's great. This is great.
It feels great.
It's just unbelievable. Great fans, great team. State championship, I guess.
I guess it's great. Actually, the Bulldogs are great, and the subject of winners Monday night at 6.
Watkins gets the only Bulldog TD of the game. And then Dowling starts to come back as Merv Hobnick yelling some encouragement to Bettendorf from the sidelines. The Maroons threaten to score. They hook up on this long bomb deep into Bettendorf territory. But boy, how well that Bettendorf defense played. It stiffens as it did all night long. There's the quarterback sack. Then after a TD for Dowling, they go for the 2-point conversion. Big play right there by the Bettendorf defense again. And the Bulldogs win the Class 4A title 7-6.
In Bettendorf last night in the state championship against West Des Moines Dowling. The Bulldogs were driving in the third quarter. Sean Scott drilled Levance Banks, and then he got drilled by one of the Dowling defensive players after the play was over, tacking on another 15 yards before Clint Watkins barreled in from a yard out to make it a 7-0 ball game. With less than 2 minutes to play, the Maroons, Bob Cataldo fired a 36-yard scoring pass to Marcus Bumpus. That made it a 7-6 ball game. Dowling, who has made 5 trips to the finals and never won, went for the 2-point conversion and the lead, but the pass was tipped away by Scott Franks, and the Bulldogs won its 2nd state title.
The last thing I'd like to say is I want the kids always to remember what they felt like when the buzzer went off at the end of the ball game and everybody ran out on the field. And then you were surrounded by your teammates and your classmates and your coaches, your parents. I want you to remember that exhilaration that you got, because boys, no drug or alcohol will ever produce that high. You got to get that by succeeding. The rest of your lives, it's just one win after another. Don't ever forget your Bulldog.
On behalf of the team, I'd like to thank the mayor for coming and Mayor Bland, superintendent of schools, and president of the school board, our administration, and I don't know who them two guys are. Thanks for coming. Well, anyway, I want to share the cheerleaders, the great job they did up at the Bettendorf, the band, the parents, everybody talks about, what great parental support this group gets. That's true. Coach John Lavelle, Coach Randy Scott, see, Reggie, everybody keeps talking about 25 years. What did you do the other 40 years of your life? Coach Dave Odom, Coach Tom Crean. Tony Lasasso he doesn't get paid. He's a certified coach, but he's what they call a volunteer coach. And most schools have 3 or 4 volunteer coaches, so Tony has to do the work of 3 or 4 coaches. I would like to say, I'm going to introduce the captains. Present the trophy to Dr. Sundblad. And I'll tell you what, I'm not going to tell you what rocks in a can mean. This time I'd like to introduce our captains, Brad Schoenfelder, Steve Call, Ryan West, Clint Watkins. Two gentlemen on the end are from the Chamber of Commerce, I think. They're called trailblazers. Is that right? They're here representing businessmen and, all the big money guys downtown.
On behalf of the 1987 football team and the coaching staff, we'd like to present the state championship trophy to you.
Vance was let's say, found in phys ed class by Mr. Sneak. He said that he did the shuttle relay with those little blocks faster than anybody else. So we figured we better get him out for football. So I called him last summer about 55 times. Now, and this, the paper's got a lot of publicity, and he's done a super job, and he has been fortunate because he's played probably behind one of the best offensive lines that's ever been at Bettendorf from end to end, which we'll see later. And I hope Craig has, breaks more. Here is Dave Donahue. I want the parents to stand if they did, please. Be sure you stand up, be proud of your boy. Thank you, Dave. I've had Dave in wrestling, history class, and football, and I've got one more year with him. Next boy is junior Scott Downs, number 37. Scott threw a lot of comments for his great play on the kickoff team and outstanding play as a linebacker, and occasionally was a junior varsity quarterback early in the year. But really an outstanding junior. Coach Jeff's uncle, football and wrestling. And as you know, Jeff came over here from over there. And has found a home here with Bulldogs. Very outstanding. Where's Scott? Prior to the West game, we didn't know that Scott fainted when he saw blood. But his mom told us to late the next day. And I was glad to hear that's all it was. We thought he had a concussion or something because he was, he was just kind of staring into space. I told Dr. Swearingen the next time he gets Scott to put a blindfold over his eyes so he didn't see blood and wipe it off and get back in the game. Frazier, lineman, and well, he's pretty versatile. He's in the band. He never lets us forget, and also works in Eagles. There's Javier Gutierrez. He's in on the radio, Gutierrez. And finally, I talked to the guy at WOC and told him that Javier was not a German. Walter Kowalczyk transferred from Wisconsin, and probably most of you don't know him. You've been following football a long time, but he's new, and he missed preseason. And he was along with Couch on the scout team. We practiced on it, but we're looking for this guy to be a good football player next year. So, and as you know, Steve had an injury at the beginning of the playoff season, but was able to come back and play in the championship game, which I know was a big thrill for Steve. Well, and you notice these are all juniors that I'm reading. Tennis player also. This is unusual. It's an unusual combination. Another transplant that maybe you don't know is Mike Rutledge. He's from the Chicago area. And the kids call him Cowboy. I'm not sure why. Scott Roberts, he's a junior who was a starter and one of the offensive linemen. So we're looking forward to him doing that next year. Believe me, people, it looks worse before Jason Redding. He's Jason there. His parents here. Jason's a very promising junior. And I would think, Jason probably played most places, played behind probably two of the, I'd say the best pair of tackles in the state, Carlson and Don Swearingen, defensive lineman. Very promising player. Jared Tomlinson. Jared came in the playoffs when Andy Wall got sick prior to the West game, about 2 minutes before kickoff, and did the long snapping, and did a great job. The West game was kind of a nightmare. If your free safety and long snapper comes up and says he's sick, he didn't actually say that. Diarrhea. Then Scott Frank's thing decided to blood. So, there's just a lot of ill omens out there. Aaron Udy, junior, and promising young player, came over here from North Scott. Also a swimmer, and we've had pretty good luck with Brian Wright. Brian's a promising young junior, and also a basketball player. Last but not least, the junior letterman is pretty exciting player. Only got to play one play in the championship game and came up lame and saw my knee. And he played in 8 games and up here. And came up with an injury. And what can we say? What I understood last time I talked to Jeff is his knee's going to come out pretty good, though, right? So that's encouraging. Jeff is probably going to miss the basketball season, but from what I understand, hopefully he'll get played. Probably if he went together, he would have good as tight end as there is around. Started for center. Kevin Burke, offensive guard. Appearance to stand. Adam Bergeron, defensive end, 2-year starter. Adam is one of the swimmers we were talking about who did a super job for us in football. Got a super hit on the quarterback up at Dowling. And one of the things I told Adam, or we talked about, is any quarterback hates a blindside blitz. And if you can get him from the blind side, he's going to be hearing footsteps. And Adam got a big hit on him early. And that guy was still at 75% before that game, but he didn't throw 75% in that game. I have to take a lot of it. Berger, defensive end, down here. Junior varsity player from last year, and probably some of the films I've seen is as good a defensive tackle as there is in the state. Kevin DeCoster, offensive center, linebacker. Ed moved here last year and came out with football and been here for 2 years. Greg Folks, 2-year starter, and defensive end. I don't think Greg ever missed a minute of play in the last couple of years. He's just a steady player and always there. Another outstanding strong safety, kicker, Augie Gutierrez. And Augie, parents here, want to stand up, please? Augie missed, I understand, a chance to break the record by about that far. But you know, the goalpost was a little crooked, if you noticed. I noticed that the pregame that we talked to referees was the winning John Gursky. John's parents here, please stand up. John is the only football player I've ever met that moved from Hawaii to Iowa. Eric Heimendinger, defensive back. Eric started about 7 or 8 ball games for Bettendorf. Played in the West team, free safety. Joe Judge, offensive tackle. Parents here. Joe really did a lot of work, extra work, being himself ready to play, volunteering to do all his up downs. Steve McCall, defensive tackle, and co-captain. And Steve is the other tackle that I mentioned that I really thought that him and Eric Carlson were the 2 best defensive tackles, best pair in the state of Iowa. Darren Kisley, defensive back, started about 8 games for Bettendorf, a wrestler. A couple other brothers that played for Bettendorf. Paul Quick. Paul comes from Indiana, and his He's also, he tells me, a diver and one of the kid that's going to really start Dowling. You got a guy from Hawaii, Indiana, Chicago, North Stat, TV, all from myself. Ryan Wiesel, Ryan here, played on the 6-2 defense and came back off a knee injury. We thought he was probably done in the mid-season and came back, and I don't know how Ryan feels, but I would say that Dowling was on our 10-yard line twice. Ryan was in there and made one big hit on a big goal line stand. Good job, Ryan. Dan Solis. Dan came from Assumption. And he over here doing the computer program. Outstanding flanker. He was our backup quarterback and winning some ball games at quarterback. Also later on he became he was on a kickoff return team when people start kicking short. He did pretty handsome putting on that. So he contributed a lot to the team. And Sean Scott, quarterback who probably didn't get much recognition until the end of the year. But my wife takes WOC radio tapes, and they gave him a lot of good reports because his ball handling in the playoffs, when we had to pass on two ball, and we really Corey Smith, a punter, defensive back, flanker, and just a good football player. Chad Scopeman, a kicker, and a soccer player, and a kid who just, really had a lot of fun this year. Come down and run on the scout team and flanking for me, and kid with a lot of ability. Mark Sitter, defensive back. And Mark is a senior and stayed with us. I think she's down here supposed to be. Chris Viva, it's Chris here, offensive center, and real solid. That was one of the positions we were concerned about this year. Did a real fine job at center. And I was watching the highlight tape at the potluck yesterday. He was also a pretty good actor. Brad Schoenfelder, one of our co-captains. Offensive guard, 2-year starter, a wrestler, all-around athlete. One of the big offensive linemen. Rich Swaniger, defensive tackle. And Rich, unfortunately, broke his arm playing baseball right before football started. Missed the preseason, missed a lot of the season, but he's in control. I'm sure he'll have a lot better season than he had a chance to get in there in the preseason. The rest of them. Glenn Thompson, a 3-year letterman, and a 3-year starter. Guy who's been around here a long time. There's not many sophomores letter in this league, I guarantee you. Andy Wall, free safety, and long snapper, and he helped us out at quarterback at times, so he did a lot of things to help the team. Snapped on extra points. Clint Watkins. And Clint had a really great year, and all enjoyed watching him play. 2 years starter, and moved to. Everybody said, "What are you going to do with Watkins Brown?" Well, it's pretty simple. You always put the big guy in front, the little guy behind. And that's about all we did with him. And really had quite a combination, Clint's power running inside, and Brown finesse running outside. and I think they complemented each other real well. And I know people kind of second-guessed us from day one. They wanted split backs, or they wanted this, wanted that. All I say is we're 12-0 and we won the state championship, so it must have been the best thing to do. Clint also was the co-captain. Brian West, co-captain. And I feel sorry for Brian because I was his personal coach for 2 years. But Brian turned out one hit the linebacker. Overtime. Probably Mike mentioned the other day that he played anywhere we wanted him to play. And he's done kickoff returns, punt returns, scored a touchdown at fullback. Clinton Dean was a tailback. And finally ended up as a middle linebacker. And tomorrow he'll be prep of the week by a paper because in the game against Dowling he had 8 tackles, 4 assists, and 2 sacks, which is about as good as you can play middle linebacker. Defensive back and also nickel back. You know, when we got in a situation where people were throwing the football, he was our 5th. Last but not least is John Zimmerman. And John was a JV player last year. You know, this year he was a JV player and sat around until the playoffs, and then you know, Jason got hurt and Steve fell hurt his leg, and so he did you start off with okay, he played in all 4 playoff games. Made a super catch at Waller that I thought was one of the key turnarounds in the game. And to me, is that, you know, showed a lot of patience, a lot of stick-to-itiveness, and his turn came and he did what he had to do. Congratulations.
Just a word before I read some of the award winners. The coaches have been talking conference selections. Running back, Greg Brown, first team. Clint Watkins, first team. Both of these individuals had a great year for us. Offensive lineman, first team offensive tackle, Joe Judge. Second team offensive tackle, Glenn Thompson. First team offensive guard, Brad Schoenfelder. Our punter, Corey Smith, was named to the first team all-conference. And our kicker, one of our kickers, Chad Skogman, was named to the second team all-conference. As far as the defense goes, all-conference, our all-conference lineman, Greg Folks, first team defensive end. Adam Bergeron, second team defensive end. Steve McCall, first team defensive tackle. Eric Carlson, first team defensive tackle. Brian West, first team linebacker. Scott Downs, second team linebacker. Augie Gutierrez, second team strong safety. Honorable mention, all-conference, Sean Scott, quarterback. Dan Solis, flanker. Levance Banks, flanker. All-conference honorable mention for the defensive side, Mike Wolverton, who I believe probably because he played so many different positions was overlooked as overlooked the players we have on our squad. And we have, as has been mentioned before, so many outstanding players, it's hard to get them all the recognition that they deserve, but here's one that was certainly overlooked. He did a heck of a job for us in a number of different positions all year. Andy Wall, honorable mention, free safety. Eric Heimendinger, honorable mention, corner. And Darren Pitsley, honorable mention, corner. And I'd like to have you give all these players a tackle. On the second team, Brad Schoenfelder, offensive guard. And also on the second team at defensive end, Adam Bergeron. And we're real proud of these young men. Also receiving honorable mention, recognition, Glenn Thompson, Greg Brown, Clint Watkins, Corey Smith, Greg Folks, Steve McCall, Eric Carlson, and Brian West. And
this was done by our All-State linebacker's father, Jim West, and this is a beautiful, beautiful trophy that I'm going to award in just a minute. But he asked me what the award meant and how somebody could win it. And he told me that first he asked his son, and it's my job to teach his son how to write and explain things. So I'm going to have to work harder at that. But hopefully I'll be able to explain it to everybody else so that you all know what it means. The award came about because of a clinic that Coach Hobnick and I attended. And the young man who won this award this year, he defined what a knockdown was. And let me kind of describe what a knockdown is, and so you can get an idea. It's not an overly aggressive or violent movement for the person who does it. And it's not all that violent for the person who receives it. It's a good, clean football hit. And basically, it's when you take an opponent who is standing on 2 feet and put him on his shoulder blades. And during the year, we had an opportunity to see this young man do it. And in one game, he did it 7 times. And he may have taken a back seat to running this year. But if he was at all mad about it, the only people who ever found out were the defensive ends that he knocked down. And I'd like to present this year's Beware the Dog Award to Clint Watkins.
So I teach psychology right now. I'm basically a history major, and I'm a tremendous fan of history, and I love history. And for those who've been here for the Varsity Award, a long time ago tonight, Mr. Hobnick stepped up here, and the microphone didn't work. And like a darn fool, I helped him get it working. And it's not going to happen again. But anyway, I'll try to make my presentation a little bit shorter. I had these numbers memorized a long time ago, and but now I think I better read them. These are the numbers that apply to the winner of our Most Valuable Player Award. 846 yards rushing for 5.6 yard average. 1,865 yards rushing for a career, which is a school record. 170 points scored in his career, which is a school record. All these numbers are tremendous, very impressive. The most impressive thing about the 1987 Most Valuable Player, I believe, and I think those who know him believe, is his unselfishness. He did what he had to do to make us winners. He accepted his role in order to fulfill his dreams and the dreams of his teammates and his coaches. I present to you Clint Watkins.
Thanks. I guess I'd like to thank quite a few people. First of all, my family, my whole family, and the coaches. I think the coaches have done a great job. And as Glenn said, the offensive line, I couldn't forget them. Best line in the state. And I'd like to thank the fans. Well, I guess what I want to say is I'd like to thank the best fans in the state, the best coaches in the state, and the best friends in the state.
I'd like to say